In the ancient realm of Valorum, where the Crystal Palace stood as a crumbling star beneath a firmament cloaked in storm's unyielding shroud, Queen Meghan stood solitary in the sanctum of fading embers. Her robes, woven from the ashen hues of Despaire's deepest veil, flowed like a tide of sorrow over marble cracked with frost's relentless sigils, her coronet a crown of thorns upon a brow scarred by fate's merciless decree. The air was laden with the mournful scent of withered star bloom, entwined with the bitter sting of shattered oaths, as if the palace's sacred stones wept for our kingdom lunging in to ruin. Through ages of unending strife, her lineage from distant shores, a false vision of Prince Harry's betrayal, her sire's damning oracles through the scrying orbs, Tyler Perry's 86 scrolls of accusation, a woven lie of sound, the celestial network's rejection of her as ever dream, her mother Doria's piercing claims, Jessica Mulrooney's treachery, the Order's inquisition, a breached accord with the king, whispers of blackmail, Harry's solitary pilgrimage to Anglia, his branding as Meghan's fool, and Prince William's use of Archie and Lilibet to wound her. The threads of Valorum's destiny had unraveled to dust. Now, a wound deeper than any blade had rent the realm's heart. Harry and Meghan, once the beacon of Valorum's hope, stood on the brink of ruin, their coffers drained and their sacred bond threatened by whispers of divorce. The kingdom's orbs blazed with tales of their fall, the public's voices a tempest of pity and scorn, naming the a royal pair stripped of all. Alone, Meghan bore the weight of this collapse, her spirit aiding ember trembling in the storm. The palace, once a citadel of celestial promise, now stood as a tomb of whispered despair, its crystalline arches crumbling under the orb's mournful cry. The prince and queen have lost all, their love and wealth forsaken, leaving Valorum to fate's cruel mercy. This night, Meghan sought to tread the sacred path to the Starstone's crypt, a desperate quest to rekindle its divine light and salvage the land's barren heart. Her soul, scarred by betrayals, Disara's cryptic omens, Vera's visions of twilight, Morgana's forbidden rites, Caelitha's riddles, Serafina's ancient tomes, Thalion's radiant gems, Elindra's prophecies of doom, Voltha's unveiled truths, Zoratha's reliquaries of power, Lysandra's locket of souls, Selene's orb of celestial light, Vera's amulet of truth, Thalira's crystal of sky song, Lysera's scroll of lore, Zorathine's mirror of shadow #WS, Silvara's chalice of blood, Eloria's orb of dreams, Ilarian's orb of fate, Thalandir's scepter of #vows, Viondra's scepter of oaths, Silthera's talisman of truth, Zorwin's amulet of fate, quailed beneath this new torment. The specter of bankruptcy and divorce, woven by unseen hands, was seen by the council as the final blow to their shared destiny. The court sages, their eyes sharp as winter's frost, wove tales of Meghan's hubris, naming her the architect of their downfall. King Charles, a sovereign cloaked in silence, stewed as a monolith of judgment, his heart sealed against her pleas. Meghan's hands rested upon a shrine etched #th constellations long extinguished, her emerald gaze dimmed by a storm of anguish and unyielding resolve. The loss of their wealth and the whispers of a severed bond cut deeper than any blade, their love, once her guiding star, now a flame flickering on the edge of oblivion. She recalled their last communion in the palace's grove of eternal pyre, where frost wove a delicate veil and Harry's eyes, green as verdant springs, held a shadowed vow. I will stand by you, though the world crumble beneath us. Had their trials broken their bond, or had unseen hands woven this ruin? The orbs sang of their fall, their coffers empty and their union fraying, kindling a firestorm of voices. Some cried pity, others scorn, but all saw Meghan as the cause. Whispers of a #Itor's hand, threading discord through their love and legacy, haunted her thoughts. Who had orchestrated this collapse? The question burned like a pyre within her soul. A herald, breathless and cloaced in frost, breached the sanctum's stillness, his voice a trembling note in the symphony of fate. O Chuin, a missive from the shadowed quarter. A seer of Eldoria awaits at the Vale of Cinders Inn, bearing knowledge of your ruin and the whispers of divorce. Your guards stand ready for your decree. The tidings fell like a comet's #park into the darkness. Truth. Could it mend the riven thread #s of her heart, or bind them in deeper despair? Meghan's spirit stirred with fragile hope, though the sanctum's shadows seemed to weave a shroud about her. She lifted her gaze, her coronet a sigil of her resolve, and spoke with the weight of queens. Lead #me to this #seer. She glided through a hidden passage, her robes a whisper of night upon the cold stone, each step a defiance of her sorrow. The carriage bore her swiftly through Valorum's frost-wreathed streets, past lanterns flickering like dying stars and stalls shut red against the night. The clatter of hooves sang in harmony with her heart's unquiet rhythm. She recalled the dawn of their reign, Harry's bold spirit, their shared vision of a Valorum united, her oath to transcend her foreign #lud. Yet the scandals, each a thread in the *Tarstone's shadowed F#8, had bound her in chains of doubt. The spectre of bankruptcy and divorce, woven by cruel fates, had spun love into a tale of #acture. The veil of cinders enrose before her, its ancient timbers aglow with ethereal light, the air thick with frost and the murmurs of secrets. Meghan drew her hood close, her step swift as she wove through the tavern's haze, heedless of the gazes from those cradling their spiced wine. She ascended the narrow stairs to the chamber named #ED by the herald, her heart a drumbeat of dread and hope. She thrust open the door without pause. A figure stood by a hearth where embers danced like fallen stars, cloaked in obsidian silk, their visage veiled by a hood, their hands cradling a radiant relic inscribed with runes of power. The chamber thrummed with a stillness born of destiny, the threat of ruin a wound in he very air. Meghan's soul quailed beneath the weight of their collapse. Her voice, sharp as a blade forged in starfire, clove the silence. You claim to hold the truth of our ruin and the whispers of divorce. Speak, lest I DM these #hados but another deceit. The figure unveiled their face, revealing features carved by time's unyielding hand, their opal eyes gleaming with the light of distant stars. I am Elithar, they intoned, their voice a melody of ancient embers. I am a soulbinder of the veil, guardian of Valorum's sacred bonds. I come to unveil the truth of your fall. Meghan's gaze sharpened, her voice quivering with the ache of loss. We stand on the brink of ruin, our love threatened by divorce. The orbs cry our downfall. What truth can mend this wound? Elithar lifted the relic, its radiance casting shadows that danced like specters of forgotten gods. This is a soulbinder's relic, they declared. It reveals truths woven into the bonds of heart and crown. Your ruin was wove #N by a traitor, foretold by Desara, Vera, and their kin, who cast a spell to drain your coffers and fray your bond, seeking to claim the Starstone. They drew forth a parchment, its edges rhymed with frost and pulsing with sigils of power. This parchment, wrested from the traitor's sanctum, unveils their design, to strip you of wealth, sow discord in your love, and seize the Starstone. Harry stands in Anglia, seeking the veil's elders to break the spell and guard your heirs, the lights of Valorum. Meghan's eyes flared, her voice breaking with hope and anguish. A spell. They brought us to ruin, yet you say Harry fights for us. After the council's venom, the network's betrayal, and the orb's lies, how can I trust this truth? Her heart, worn by sorrow, trembled with doubt. Had she misjudged the love that bound them? Elithar's opal eyes burned with unwavering resolve. The Starstone's crypt lies beneath the palace, guarded by snares only a royal may unravel. The traitor knows you draw near their secret. You must enter the crypt to preserve Valorum, and Harry shall return when the spell is undone. Meghan clasped her coronet, her duty a beacon in the dark. Their ruin, the court's venom, her pain, they would be eyed. Valorum's fate hung in the balance. Lead on, she decal art. Her voice avow.as she departed the inn, the frost parted, revealing a moon that cast shadows long and treacherous. The traitor lingered in the darkness, their visage yet veiled, but Meghan's will shone brighter than her sorrow. The Starstone, and Valorum's destiny.